It's Mom and Pop Video Shop.
Welcome back to the Mom and Pop Video Shop. I am Joel.
And I'm Tyson.
And we are here with yet another weekly movie recommendation. It's only taken like a year plus for us to finally get that down. Look at this. Look at this.
That's what
it's amazing. It's amazing. So you, last we talked, 5 minutes ago, covered The Burbs.
I did.
You did. And you said something interesting in there. You said a certain character that was in something else.
I did?
You did.
Children of the Corn?
No. I'll give a hint. It was precious of you to say it.
No way!
Silence of the Lambs. And the connection is the dog that apparently plays Precious in Silence of the Lambs is also in The Burbs.
I can't remember the dog's name of The Burbs, but it's the same little white poodle.
Yeah, that's cute. Less
adorable.
cute in Silence of the Lambs. So, Silence of the Lambs is a 90, God knows I want to get this right.
I'm going to say 90.
Okay, 91. I was going to say 91 first, and then I was great. 90, okay? I feel like if you're in the ballpark.
Right.
You know, yeah. And technically, I do know this. They came out like on Valentine's Day, 1991, which my kids thought was hilarious. So I actually did watch this.
This is going to be a good one. It's one of my favorites.
Okay.
Let me rub the lotion on my skin and get going here.
Or else it gets the hose again.
Exactly.
Yeah. So my kids had never seen it before, and they're all old enough now to be traumatized. I remember when it came out, I was in 10th grade, I think. Yeah. Please don't.
This would be worth to get one of the musical copyright things on YouTube.
You get a hit, get a copyright hit just for you. Yeah, just for you doing your thing. Weirdly, it's slightly less. Well, maybe it's more weird if I'm standing next to you the whole time.
Okay.
So a Jonathan Demme movie, a Jonathan Demme joint or picture. I love how I want to keep that alive. I feel like it's such an old man thing to call them pictures, but I like calling like Sam Raimi does that, like Jonathan Demme picture.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love it. They're pictures. And so I will read from the back of the Blu-ray, the special edition, I think Criterion collection that I have.
I'll shut up and won't do it. Tuck while you're reading.
Here we go. In this chilling adaptation of the best-selling novel by Thomas Harris, the astonishingly versatile director Jonathan Demme crafted a taut psychological thriller about an American obsession, serial murder. As Clarice Starling, an FBI trainee who enlists the help of the infamous Hannibal the Cannibal Lecter to gain insight into the mind of another killer, Jodie Foster subverts classic gender dynamics, it's an interesting way of putting it, and gives one of the most memorable performances of her career. As her foil, Anthony Hopkins is the archetypal anti-hero, cultured, quick-witted, and savagely murderous, delivering a harrowing portrait of humanity gone terribly wrong. A gripping police procedural and a disquieting immersion into a twisted psyche, The Silence of the Lambs swept the Academy Awards Best Picture, Director, Screenplay, Actress, and Actor, and remains a cultural touchstone. So I saw this in the theater at least 3 times.
Oh, wow. This was a weird time for me. We talked about this, I think, with Misery, which came out same year.
Yeah,
right?
same year. Yeah. No.
Close to it.
It was,
anyway, early 90s.
90. I think it was 90.
So this was another one where my mom, who's a prolific reader, she had read the Thomas Harris novel, could not wait to go see this in the theater. But, I was only, when this came out, what did we say, 91?
91.
I would have been 9. No, I'm sorry.
9.
Yeah, I was 9 years old, so a little too young to be in the theater to see Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
So obviously I saw it much later, but oh my God, what an incredible film.
It holds up so well too, like watching it, just the performances and...
What do you say to people when they say, that's not a horror movie, that's a thriller, that's a crime drama?
I say, stop being a bitch.
It's a damn horror film.
I honestly don't give a... here's my theory about whole genre classification. I guess I get this discussion, we'll call it a debate discussion, with many friends of mine, where it's like pre-video stores, I feel like by and large no one gave a crap.
Yeah.
They just didn't. Did you call Steve McQueen? Do you go back and find me where anywhere in the late 60s they called Steve McQueen's Bullets an action movie?
Yeah.
They probably didn't. They probably called it a drama with thrilling car chases, and they would describe it, right? Same thing with horror and sci-fi. They would have weird. They might say weird. They might say occasionally horror, but usually with horror they would say gothic. They would say weird cinema. They would, you know what I mean? But this whole weird, it's not a horror movie. Well, how do you define that, man? It's such a broad spectrum. I would argue that everything that happens, especially since it could happen, in fact, a lot of this was based on the Ed Gein thing, is pretty effing horrifying, right? So I don't give a shit. It's a great movie. That's what I think. So it is literally one of my favorite movies from the 90s. top tier top tier thriller horror movie,
Whatever you want to call it.
You want to call it. The performances are spectacular. Now, I will say this. Always have loved Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter. But when I finally saw Mads Mikkelsen on the TV show, dude, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
It is at least neck and neck. If not, I kind of think I like Mads even a little more, if I'm being honest.
He's great.
He's scarier to me.
Anthony Hopkins plays a very good incarcerated Lecter, I feel like.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, other than Hannibal and briefly in Red Dragon, you don't really see Anthony Hopkins as
out
like
and about,
Dr. Lecter.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And that's the thing, like Mickelson that does that cold, as the doctor.
Yeah, so you can totally see though how he was able to like get away with it. And,
exactly.
Yeah, if you've never seen the Hannibal show and you dig Silence of the Lambs,
but
you should
obviously
watch
this was the catalyst for that. So I mean, you got to give.
Oh, 100%. And Brian Cox. Right,
Yeah,
in Manhunter.
Yeah,
he's great as Hannibal Lecter as well. In this Criterion collection, if you can pick it up, I'm assuming it's still out there and available. It's great. It's got like
I haven't seen this copy.
booklet and tons of extras, which I have not really looked at many of these in a very long time. So it is absolutely worth checking out if you've never seen it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else other than just it's great. That's all I got to say. It's a great movie.
Apparently, it's one that you watch with your children.
Apparently, it's totally a family film. It is a 5 taper for me.
Me as well.
It is a 100. Like there's I'm not even no bones about it. It is an absolute 5 taper movie.
And how about? I mean, we were joking about but how good was Ted Levine in this Buffalo?
Jane McGum. Yeah. Oh my God, he's fantastic. Like everybody in this movie. I can't remember the actress' name, but the one who plays the senator's daughter. Like I love when Clarice comes in at. Spoiler alert for the end when Clarice does come in and she's in the well and Clarice goes, I'll be right back. She goes, get back here, you bitch.
Yeah.
She's just,
and I to this day I cannot listen to Tom Petty's
American Girl. Oh, every time
I think about it every time as I drive, and then I get nervous.
Like somebody following me.
Exactly.
Which they wouldn't be following us.
If you know, you know.
Indeed. It's just so great. And I will argue that ending sequence. From the moment where her in the whole room, like when the way that, by the way, just from an editing perspective, when they go from, okay, if you've never seen Silence of the Lambs, stop.
We're about to
go watch it and then come back.
The F out.
Because the ending where you think that they are going, you think that Scott Glenn, right? Scott Glenn,
Jack
Crawford is going to correct house, and it turns out, and that's been done a gajillion times since then.
But his reaction where it's just like Starling.
Yeah, and just the whole way the cross cutting and the way they do it. Oh, it's so freaking brilliant, dude. It's so good. This did win editing too, right?
It won everything, I think.
It doesn't say editing on it. Maybe it's because it wasn't editing for whatever reason, which I think is a travesty, isn't oftentimes, but it's one of the top ones. It should have won for editing as well. Hold on, who was the editor? You don't even get a credit on the back of the box. F you. All right, whoever the editor was, and I don't want to look up right now. Point is, the editing, everything about this movie is amazing. So 5 taper, definitely check it out. Silence of the Lambs. Let us know in the comments below. Have you seen it? I presume you have. Do you love it as well? It is a classic of the genre, as they say.
And more importantly, would you date me?
Is that your, so you don't get a ding on the YouTube by the PG-13?
I won't go that far.
No, I know. And so remember at Mom and Pop's, our love of...
One that we will inevitably get to. 7.
Never stops. What's in the box?
California, stay away from hell. That's such a bad Morgan Freeman.
I was gonna say I did the tropiest, most cliche thing to say connected to 7, and then you come in.
Yeah.
Why does he sound like a Looney Tunes character, like a Texan, like a Looney Tunes Texan? Oh hell!
Either way, it never stops.